Hello friends, in this lecture we will know about a very important concept of constraint. So in CATIA we have two types of constraint. One is called geometric constraint and the second is called dimensional constraint. So geometric constraints are those constraints that are related to the geometry of the sketch. So these constraints are horizontal, vertical, parallelism, perpendicularity, etc. While the dimensional constraints are that are related to the dimensions. Just like we insert dimensions in the sketches, so it is like a constraint. So in this lecture, we will know about geometric constraints. So again in CATIA, we have two types of geometric constraints. One is manual constraint and the second is auto constraint. So manual constraints are those constraints that we insert manually, and auto constraints are automatic constraints that are created by the software itself. So first of all, we will have to know what are constraints. So a geometric constraint is a relationship that forces a limitation between one or more geometric element. So we have geometric element just like we have line, circle, rectangle, etc. So we restrict the motion or we provide a restriction or limitation on that sketch. That is called geometric constraint. So for example, if we want to make two lines parallel, we select the lines and then we will insert the parallel constraint. So that is called constraint. So in this table, we have explained different type of constraint. On the left side, we have number of element and on the right side, we have geometric constraint. So if we have one element, like we have a one single line, so on that single element, we can apply these constraint. We can fix it, we can make it horizontal or we can make it vertical. And if we have two elements, like we have two lines or we have a circle and a line, in that case we can apply these constraints: coincidence, concentricity, tangency, parallelism, midpoint and perpendicularity. And if we have three elements, we can insert symmetry or we can make them equidistance. So these are some of the examples of constraints. So in this example, we have some constraints that are explained. So we are going to start with this parallel. We have two horizontal lines. This is first line and this is the second line. So we can see these two lines are parallel to each other. So it is specifying that these two lines are parallel. And we can see the symbol of parallel here. Similarly, we can see we have two circles. These two circles are concentric with respect to each other. What is meant by concentricity? So two circles are concentric when they have common center. So these two circles have common center. And we can see the symbol of concentricity that is represented by the symbol. Similarly, we can see we have a line and we have a circle. So the line and circle are touching each other. So this property is called tangency. So it is showing that these lines and circle are tangent to each other. And we can see the symbol of tangency. So similarly, coincidence means when two elements touch each other. So we can see these two lines are touching each other. So this is called coincidence. On the left side, we can see we have this horizontal line and then we have this vertical line. And these two lines are perpendicular to each other. It means the angle between these two lines is 90 degrees. So this property is called perpendicularity. And it is represented by the symbol perpendicular. So this is an example of geometric constraint. And now we are going to CATIA software and we will know how to insert these constraints into the sketches.